of glare. I really need some LED lights. Oh. Now I fully understand why LED lights are a thing. Just a little bit better light. Yes, that was my UPS man, y'all. All right. So this thing on testing 1 2. I don't give a fuck. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever part of the day this video chooses to reach you. I hope you're feeling fine. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're feeling blessed. I hope you realize that you are blessed. You got to see another day that somebody else didn't get to see. It is I, Mr. Von P, aka the political crash out. I hope you're feeling fine. I hope you're feeling well. Let me see what's going on here. But yeah, Ali, Joy, can I get started for you? I'm a chat. Oh, chat it up. I appreciate you. Man, listen. We're gonna touch on a bunch of different topics today. No, not a bunch, but we're gonna touch a few different topics today. But it's funny because some of the things I want to touch on is mainstream media news, things that people are talking about. And a couple of things I want to talk about is just thoughts I've been having. I know some of y'all have been wondering, what the fuck you been at? Life be lifing, y'all. And as you can see in my caption in my bio, I create content. I am not a content creator. I actually work for a living, and I got other businesses and shit I be got going on. Carnival this was 2 weeks ago in South Florida, and that shit there, whew, man. Let me just say I was carnivaling, and it was tiring. And then life. But yeah, I see you, Jordan. Let's see what you got going on. Yeah, we know Trump fighting with the cattle farmers. Now, the funny thing about this fight that Trump's having with the cattle farmers is that the cattle farmers in America have been saying that they need a bailout. Not even just cattle farmers, all farmers in America have been saying they need help because a lot of their contracts that they had in place to sell their produce or animals or whatever they were selling was going to other countries. And because of the tariff fight that Donald Trump started unjustly, a lot of our farmers are suffering, including the cattle farmers. Now, the other thing that the cattle farmers are going to be pissed off at is that Trump is not trying to make a deal to buy cattle or beef, rather, from Argentina. Yeah, I said that right. The United States of America cattle farmers are hollering at the top of their lungs saying they need help because they got all type of issues going on. And Donald Trump says he wants to make a deal to buy cattle, beef, moose, heifers, whatever you want to refer to cows as, from Argentina. Does this look like the Make America First platform? Does these moves look like it's making America great again? When you're talking about your cattle farmers are hurting and you're going to go buy beef from a whole nother fucking country. Like it's asinine. I'm gonna crash out a little bit. I'm already crashed out a little bit, but I don't have to stretch. I wake up every morning about 4 something in the morning, about 4:45, 4:30, so no later than 4:45, and I'm gonna gym at 5. So I be live. By the time I get to y'all, I'm well limber. I done lift some shit. I done read some shit. I done ate a whole lot of shit. I done probably cussed some shit out. I done been a father. I done been a whole lot of things. So I'm well loose and limber by the time I get on this stream here. And as y'all can see, I got the news up here behind me. it's something I want to talk about because I'll tie it in later. But let's jump to the first fucking thing. And Jordan already dropped to it. If you've been looking in the comments, shout out to my Twitch crowd. Y'all are the fucking best. No shade no offense to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all the rest of y'all. Excuse me. But my Twitch community, I don't even fucking play games. So I'm not even 100% sure how I gain traction on Twitch because I don't even fucking game, but shout out to y'all. The SNAP program in America is in danger. I spoke, what we at, day 20 something, day 27. I don't forget what day in the shutdown we're on. But the very first day of the shutdown, I got on this very stream side in this very chair, I got on this motherfucking camera and spoken to this very mic and told y'all the longer this goes on, the more y'all are gonna realize just how much government impacts your life. We have individuals that are hella reliant on social services. I went on a rant about this a couple of months ago when I told the black community, you need to get off the social services. And if you can't get off of them, just try and put yourself in a better position to where you're not leaning and relying on the social services too fucking much. Because we're in a time where the social services in America are going to be under attack consistently. Not only that, they're going to be cut. And the more you lean on this stuff, these cuts are going to become detrimental to your life. Case in point, the SNAP program right now. We've been in the government shutdown for 22 days now, I think it is. And the way this works is that these social service programs, they have a pot of money that they're working from. And as they're giving out money, if that money is not replenished, they don't have any more money to give out. So yes, when Department of Children and Families tells you that they don't have enough SNAP benefits to go around for November, they're not fucking lying. Now, the interesting thing about it is that at a time where we're being told that you're going to lose your ability to feed your family if you rely on SNAP benefits, Donald Trump wants the Department of Justice to pay him $250 million for defamation, or excuse me, for angst that he had to deal with from probes and lawsuits under the Biden administration, which, by the way, they proved that he did all that shit. So Trump wants the government to give him money for shit that he did and they caught him doing. But you can't give hungry kids and hungry parents money to feed themselves through the SNAP program. We can't give our elderly individuals and our sick and disabled individuals health care through Medicaid and Medicare. We got to get those cut. But hey, we can give you money for shit that you did. Donald Trump is tearing down a part of the fucking White House and nobody's saying a fucking word. But do you guys remember the shit that the G.O.P, they went on Fox News and made it a whole segment about Barack Obama wearing a tan fucking suit in his portrait. They made a whole issue about Barack Obama wearing a goddamn tan suit. But Donald Trump is holding private fundraisers to fund additions to the fucking White House. He's torn down I think it's the east wing of the White House to build a fucking ballroom. And nobody's saying a goddamn word. But Obama wore that tan suit and it was a whole fucking problem when it came to a lot of these news sources. And this is why I have the news up here, because I myself identify as an independent voter. I'm an independent thinker. And because I'm independent, I like to get my news from a couple different sources. I don't have a listing of hierarchies of who's the best and who's the worst, but I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, depending on where you get your news from, you're going to be skewed one way or another. When I say skewed, you're going to be directed one way or another in your thinking, especially if you don't do yourself the due diligence, due justice of going around and seeing what's all out there in regards to news. One of the things that I like to do in the morning is I start my day off looking at the news, seeing what's going on. Right now, I got Al Jazeera on. Look like they talk about ICE. If you watch international news, they talk mad shit about America. So they talk about the ICE crackdown, I think.
Joanna Sanchez first met her husband, Franco Caraballo, while protesting the Maduro government in Venezuela.
I was kidnapped, so he was beaten several times because we didn't agree with his policies.
In June
Politics,
2023,
excuse me.
they made the difficult decision to leave their 3-year-old daughter with family and make the dangerous trek to the United States.
These motherfuckers left America, left Venezuela, came to America, and now they're on the onslaught from ICE. This is why you got to watch different news sources, because we'll never hear their story on CNN. We'll never hear their story on Fox. This is why I watch worldly news, because the world's going to give you, the world news is going to give you a raw take on everything. The American news is going to try and paint a rosy picture just to not piss Trump off right now, because we've seen the number of news outlets face lawsuits, and let's not forget the whole Jimmy Kimmel debacle. When we talk about international, this is Al Jazeera. They don't give a fuck about Trump. That's what the BBC got to say. And when I say the BBC, I ain't talking about mine. I like to see C-SPAN. C-SPAN talks about. Well, actually, C-SPAN. While we're on C-SPAN, I'm gonna give you a little tip about C-SPAN. Whenever you turn on the C-SPAN channel, no matter if C-SPAN 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, this is what you're going to see. Very rarely will you ever turn on the C-SPAN channel. Let me turn it down a little bit. Very rarely will you ever turn on the C-SPAN channel and you're going to see a reporter talking, saying whatever. 9 times out of 10, when you turn on C-SPAN, this is the scene you'll see. A camera with whoever the fuck they want to talk about, whoever they say it is, talking. Uninterrupted. They're going to put the camera in their face and shut the fuck up and let you, the viewer, decide what you're hearing. They're not going to try and spin you or guide you any type of way. So this is why I really respect C-SPAN, because they're very good at this right here. They will put the camera in front of you and let you talk, and they're not going to try and spin the views one way or another. They don't care. They're not Republican. They're not Democrat. They're not independent. They are news leaning. They want the news and information to get out there. So that's what they do. They get there. They make their way into all these different meeting rooms and different spaces, and they set the camera and the mic up, and they let the person who's supposed to be the center of attention be the center of attention to speak. Oh, see, they even got a live count on the government shutdown. I said 21 days, 18 hours, and 36 minutes, excuse me. So let's see what else we got going on here. That was a Senate. All right, it's 5 something. It's like 6:30 in the evening. Ain't no Senate hearings going on right now. Key Capitol Hill hearings on C-SPAN 3. Yeah, that's the classical rise and influence of America. But news ain't always got to be just crazy shit. BBC, I fucks with them. Side note: Dr. Martin Lamont Hill is under contract with them. So for those of you that don't think Dr. Martin Lamont Hill does anything besides tell Queen's Flip he's a fucking idiot in a very sly way on the Joe Budden podcast, you're wrong. The man actually is an employee of the BBC News Channel. He's the US affiliate for the BBC News Channel. So shout out to Dr. Martin Lamont Hill. Not only are you making Queen's Flip sound fucking dumb and piss him off on Joe Budden podcast and telling these some of these flat earth idiots about themselves. But yeah, I had, you know what I'm saying, on BBC, World International, international touch, international reach. But look, enjoy. And they talk about it. Trump urges U.S. cattle ranchers to lower their prices. Trump told the cattle producers to lower their fucking prices. So you can go buy meat from Argentina? Like, what the fuck, man? That's not a make America first agenda. But I'm going to get back to what I'm doing here. Because I got to get through the rest of the news channels to make my point. And if you can see, this is my favorites list, and I got all my news channels just lined the fuck up. Like, this is what I do. Let's see. What did I click on? CBS News is talking about the candidates forum that's going on in New York.
During the first debate last week, Mamdani accused Cuomo of being out of touch on the city's affordability and having ties to President Trump. Cuomo in turn called the 34-year-old inexperienced. Sliwa, who's trying to appeal to moderate voters, doubled down on his approach to keep New York safe. Early voting begins Saturday. An immigration operation here in New York City turned chaotic yesterday as protesters clashed with ICE agents.
I laughed at this one.
The Homeland Security Department says the planned operation was targeting the sale of...
They snatched up the vendors on Canal Street, man.
Say 9 immigrants from Africa suspected of being in the country illegally were taken into custody. DHS says they have criminal histories. The protester was also arrested for allegedly assaulting a federal officer. The NYPD said it had no part in this operation.
Like, y'all can't get Louis on Canal Street no more thanks to ICE.
They ended with a TikTok streamer being shot and a U.S. Marshal hit by a ricochet bullet. The streamer, known online as Richard L.A., is accused of ramming his car into law enforcement vehicles during what officials have called a targeted traffic stop. He was due in court today.
A targeted traffic stop.
In the hospital. Last month, the Agriculture Department canceled a survey tracking how many Americans struggle to get enough food. The Trump administration
narrative warfare
is, quote, redundant and costly.
Damn, this is the perfect fucking alley into narrative warfare. But the reason why I'm
look at this for tonight's Evening News Plus. Here's a preview.
I still feel bad.
Let's take a look at this.
Set on the line, to get food. It's embarrassing as hell.
You can watch more of the News story tonight on Evening News Plus right here on CBS News 24.
I wish I could pause that because it gives me the great segue into narrative warfare. Before I get to that, when you look at the different news channels, I got to get to Fox News really quick because Sununu launches bid for New Hampshire Senate seat. Running back. Depending on where you get your news from, you're going to see different things. This is the age of narrative warfare. And I think Fox News and the Republican Party has done a great job of really entrenching themselves and preparing themselves for this type of battle. We're no longer in the days of logic driving society. We're in the days of emotion driving society. And these fuckers at Fox, they know how to tap dance on people's emotions. Whether it's riling up their base, gaslighting Democrats and independents, they understand the world of narrative warfare. And earlier we seen the clip on MSNBC where they said the U.S. Department of Agriculture is no longer sending surveys around to understand whether or not people are getting enough food or basically afford enough food. Why do you think they don't want that information out there anymore? If they no longer take that survey, then that information reflecting the true number of individuals that are struggling in America to afford food for their family is not readily available. So that when they say, hey, we're doing A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and America, these freaking guys love it, and gets people on Fox News to say, hey, you guys are fucking loving this shit, and throw some random ass poll out there, what happens? They're gonna be people in my DM saying, "Hey man, you seen that poll? You seen that thing? You seen this, that, and other? They said this, that, and they said this, they said." That's all we hear nowadays is they said. We rarely hear I read, I researched, I looked up, I was informed. I went to a rally, I went to a seminar and I learned. I sat in a class and I learned. We don't hear that. We hear I heard. And since we're in the age of I heard, narrative warfare is it. We sat here pre-election and seen Donald Trump deny even knowing anything about Project 2025 because they needed the narrative to be, hey, he is not associated with nothing in this. I had black people telling me that people was trying to put that shit on him. And then as soon as the election's over, they flip the narrative. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, we know. Because they know people are not going to go as far as to look and research. We got iPads and cell phones and AI and robots and all type of advanced fucking technology that people should be using to make themselves smarter, but the technology is making people dumber because it's fucking up our cognitive abilities. People are not even thinking anymore. Secondly, because people are relying so much on technology, they don't want to think anymore. People don't want to think. People would rather just be told some shit and just run with it, whether it's true or not. And once you tell somebody something's not true, oh God, them motherfuckers gonna fight you. They will really fucking fight you behind that shit. We got Mamdani running for mayor or governor of New York. And people are calling him a socialist, a fascist, everything but a child of God. Why? Because they're trying to shift the narrative around this man. And if I call him a Democrat, then I humanize him. But if I call him a fascist or a socialist, or I call him all these different wild things, then I put a narrative around him that's not favorable. And as long as I'm putting that narrative out there that's not favorable about him, then people are gonna hold on to it. Because society, they get off on rage porn. They man. And this is why I say the myth of the angry black man is a myth. Because the angry black man was a construct created by white America. They want to see us angry because that riles them up. They get off on that shit. Buck breaking is a real fucking thing. They used to like to see black men fucking struggle. They used to like to see black men riled up wanting to hurt them because they shouldn't have tried to do something inhumane to them. Rage porn is a real fucking thing, and we're seeing it live play out in 2020. The other thing, 2025. The other thing that we're starting to see a resurgence of is minstrel shows. But minstrel shows aren't what you used to seeing. I ain't gonna pull up my TikTok and show y'all some of the shit that I want to talk about when it comes to new age minstrel shows. I just fucking lied to y'all because I'm going to do it. This goddamn remote. We got these new age minstrel shows that yeah, just this TikTok shit. Let's scroll through TikTok, see if I can find one of these examples of a new age minstrel show. Because my algorithm, I've been on carnival shit. Matter of fact, when we look at some of this viral shit that's trending, this is what I mean when I say we got new age minstrel shows. People will get on these internet and do anything for attention, for likes and shares. It don't fucking matter. Look at these jits. And y'all had the audacity to call men that share their feelings sassy. Men that do certain things sassy. But y'all will look at this shit right here on the internet and be like, oh, they killing it. They killing it. Little fucking pussy or like, come on, man. New age minstrel shows. The internet has made people fucking dumb as shit. Just keep scrolling. Look. In the middle of the mall. I'm gonna dance in the middle of the mall. I'm just gonna do it in the middle of the mall for attention. But a man that shares feelings is fucking saucy. These niggas at work, if he get fucking fired, he's gonna be mad. You on the clock at these people's stove. Minstrel shows. The internet has turned people into minstrel shows. I'm gonna walk up and literally assault my girlfriend for likes and views on the internet. I'm going to assault my girlfriend. And men that share their fucking emotions and communicate are saucy. But these motherfuckers, y'all the ones that y'all want to fuck, y'all is fucking retarded. Motherfuckers are retarded, man. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. What else I wanted to touch on, man? That shit had me fucked up real quick. Oh yeah, ice. I think I fucked up. Oh yeah, before I get the ice. We're also seeing, unfortunately, the Republican Party. We're seeing them change the laws and rules all over the place. And you're not seeing anyone say anything about it. We've seen it in North Carolina where the Republican-led legislature changed the laws to strip the Democratic governor of veto power, meaning the Democratic governor of North Carolina that was elected by the people does not have the ability to say, hey, you guys aren't acting in good faith with this bill, this law, this measure, so I'm going to veto it. He doesn't have that ability because they changed the laws. Tell me again how voting ain't important. We got in the state of Florida right now, they're trying to do some redistricting. And they're looking at changing the laws to do it. Only because it will benefit the Republicans. And when you look at the maps in North Carolina of the congressional districts, it overwhelmingly is obvious what they did. and they didn't even try and hide it. And they're only doing this to try and make sure that Republicans retain control of Congress. They don't trust that they'll get the votes of the American public anymore. They are resorting to outright cheating. Think about that. Just let that sink in for a minute. When the Republicans say, hey, we ain't worried about the vote no more, we're just gonna cheat. We're just gonna cheat to achieve our goals. And that's exactly what we're seeing in America. And I need America to start to really focus in on this stuff and stop saying, well, vote no, man, that shit ain't gonna impact me. I'm gonna just get this money. And I need people to start realizing that the environment that you're supposed to getting this money in is ever shifting and morphing and changing. And it's always getting harder for you to find that bag and attain that bag. Because the environment that you're living in and operating in is consistently changing due to the laws and policies and politics being changed by the Republican Party. I don't know what to say, man. We got Arizona Congresswoman that's waiting to be installed right now, be confirmed right now. But Speaker Mike Johnson is refusing to hold a session of Congress to do that. Why? Because that would be one more seat on the Democratic side that would give Democrats just a little bit more leverage. That's also the tie-breaking vote because she's already pledged her vote to be on the side to force Congress to release the Epstein files. I myself don't give a fuck about the Epstein files, as full disclosure, but that seems to be a big sticking point. And the Republicans are a little bit embarrassed behind their inability to get a lot of their constituency and base off of the Epstein files. And you got an Arizona Congresswoman that's saying, hey, when I get sworn in, I'm gonna get y'all on Epstein files. So they're they're changing laws and policies and procedures and precedent for their own personal benefit wherever it applies. America, we are in a coup d'etat. We are in a coup d'etat. And this right here, what you're talking about, Jordan, is going to get ever fucking bigger because of the way things are shaping up. When people tell me, "Oh, I ain't got nothing to be down, impact me. I'm just gonna get that money. I'm just gonna get that money. I'm just gonna get this money. I'm just gonna get this money." Because I look at a variety of news sources on a daily basis, and I'm getting a well-rounded picture of what's going on in the world, specifically the United States of America, and seeing how the environment is changing and how these foreign news outlets don't skew the news and tell us the real raw and blunt reality of it. And when I hear these motherfuckers say, I'm just gonna get this money, I'm like, damn, how you gonna get this money when you got no real employable skills? And that's the real hang up on our young black generation. A lot of them don't have employable skills. So that wealth gap is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's something that can be helped through trades. It can be helped through education. It could be helped through just a motherfucker having some damn gumption to want to do something out here in the world. Because some of black and white, some of these motherfuckers ain't got no real drive to do shit in the world. Like, and for the black youth, I'm more scared for y'all because ICE has been taken over and shifted into a Gestapo secret police force. Every dictatorship in the world has had a secret police force. Every last one of them. And all of them have started out as legit agencies within the different organizations. But ICE, now tell y'all ICE. Now, the fact, let's start out with this. Let's go to YouTube. Search fake. Matter of fact, DHS black teens video. Now, YouTube has done a really good job of cleaning this thing up because DHS has been circulating a video that they made from AI that tries that let me just put it up and show y'all a little bit real quick. Some of these fucking ads stop showing. But we don't want to connect to AirPlay. Here we go. 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 Here we go.
So they tweet this video. We're going to take a look at this video. Ready? So it's a 10-second video. I'm going to mute it because it's copyright music that's playing. But it says on the screen here, ICE, we're on the way. Word in the streets, cartels put a $50K bounty on y'all. And so it's a group of black kids, black teenagers. And, this one's trying to make like a scary looking face or whatever. And putting the mask over his mouth.
Now, this is the video that DHS was circulating on their Twitter, their X, and all that type of stuff, trying to basically rile up the public and say, hey, these little niggas were saying they're going to come out the ICE agents. And they're going to, in a roundabout way, try and use that as justification to say, hey, this is why we're going to see these communities of color like Chicago and Baltimore, like all these different black communities, because these little niggas say they're going to do something to us and we're going to do something to them. But that's not how that video actually played out. I went and looked it up. The young man in the video actually is from Florida. Where's the damn video? Where is he? Hold on. Where is it? His name is Florida Jit or some shit like that. I had the video. Where is he? I had it up here.
So I'm getting media is fake news. Like this video, mad messages from my DMs and social media and on my comments. And I randomly get a text message talking about a recent video that was posted on my account. I was like, what are y'all talking about? By the way, I'm sick, so if I sound weird.
Yeah, that's what it is. Mr. Florida hit Jit. Let's take a look at Jit shit. Why y'all doing that to me, man? All right, so this is the Jit's IG page. Let's take a look at the video in question that ICE hijacked. This is the video that ICE hijacked. You seen what we can do. Don't say something that you can't finish. Iran. We are already united. We all stand. We want all the smoke. So Jit threatened Iran, which I don't think was very smart of him to do. That's a whole nother thing. But Jit they didn't say shit to ICE. But ICE hijacked Jit video, used AI to shift it and flip it and trying to make it seem like black youth are going to target ICE. For all you young black men that told me it got to be something good about Trump, to all you niggas that told me, man, they just trying to put that on that man. This is what his people are doing. Tyler, my life was better before when Trump was in office, folks. What the fuck do you got to say now? Y'all ain't got shit to say. You motherfuckers can't say shit. Ugh. The fuck, man? Like, really? Like, for fucking real, man. For fucking real. You know, a lot of individuals. I'm for the rap. I'm for the rap. 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 I'm gonna rap with the thoughts I've been having in regards to W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. I've been reading. Well, I always read. Here's the stack of books that be around me. But as of late, I've been on some black radical theory rabbit hole shit. Like I've been reading a lot of individuals that were involved with the Black Power movement and Black liberation movements. And one thing that keeps popping up in all of the books that I've been reading is the reality that the notion of all skin folk ain't kinfolk has been around since W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington have been having that debate. Because while it looked like on the surface that Booker T. Washington wanted to have black people status be elevated in the eyes of America, the more you research and look into what he was actually proposing, it was actually a form of assimilation and acceptance of slavery and Jim Crow and some of the other treatment that black people were getting. Booker T. Washington's main position was, hey, you know, we want to be respected, but he didn't push for full equality. You forget what I'm saying? Hence why we originally had, you know, a lot of black teachers, education and doctors, you know, we could have, because they wanted just, you know, we had to educate ourselves and we had to fix ourselves and we had to heal ourselves, because no white doctors were going to heal us or fix us, and no white teachers were going to educate us. So we naturally, those professionals were there, and he pushed for those types of professions, you know, trades, things of that nature. But the professional professions, politics, bankers, lawyers, the higher level in society shit, Booker T. Washington didn't push for. So that's where that assimilation and acceptance part come from. W.E.B. Du Bois, he took the position that if we cannot have equal standing across the board and all of this shit, then burn all this shit down and rebuild it so we can. Because if you tell them we already got this shit established and, you know, it'd be hard to integrate you in there and this, that, and other, cool, I hear you. You already got this system put together and it'd be hard to kind of get us in there. Fine. Burn it all down and we'll start fresh. So we seen that unfortunate all skin folk and kinfolk idea going back. And I don't know it's a Stream Act deal, but I don't always agree with Booker T. Washington's acceptance position. because it was accepting too much bullshit. And when you look at where that position got us, because that's the position that won out. Booker T. Washington's position ultimately won out. But when you look at where that got us, it got us unequal footing across the board because we had no politicians to ensure that we had equal representation in our communities. We had no politicians to ensure that Black tax dollars were going to the Black community and being used equitably. Because during that time, make no mistake, Black tax dollars were going into white communities and propping up white communities, while the Black communities were disheveled and fucked up. You know, and only politicians can make sure that that money's going out equitably. And we had no representation there. So we couldn't. So that's why I say I don't all the way agree with Booker T. Washington's position. I understand he wanted us to have certain things, but I'm more of W.E.B. Dubois' position. Burn that bitch down if you don't want us to have no part of it. Burn that bitch down and rebuild it. Because I need my motherfucking equal representation. I hear a lot of individuals in that Black conservative movement like to try and point fingers at Black people themselves as the reason why Black people are in fucked up situations, and they completely overlook the systematic problems that we had in America. They completely overlook the 250 years or 246 for you motherfuckers that really want to count. I rounded up to 250. The 247 years of slavery that we had, 246, 247 years of slavery that we had, 250. Fuck you. They overlook the 100 years of Jim Crow segregation that we had that, you know, put us behind. And then after that, they overlooked that the Civil Rights Act just got signed in 65. My mother was born in 56. My father was born in 43. My grandparents, you know what I'm saying? We have a connection to this timeline that these Black conservatives don't want to accept. A lot of them don't want to accept it because they get in the bag. They get paid to do this shit. But some of them, they really just a fucking loss. Some of them, and I feel this section of them because some of them are just tired of the nigga shit. They're just fucking tired of the nigga shit, saying niggas do nigga shit. Because I was the first one to tell you, I love Black people, but I hate niggas. And I can only be around some nigga shit for a short period of time. Fun fact, I got a 2-hour time limit for me being in a nightclub. I'm not going to be in nobody's nightclub longer than 2 hours, and 2 hours is stretching it. One, I just ain't on that shit. And two, depending on the club, the longer you been, the more likely some nigga shit gonna happen. A good friend of mine just had a birthday party Saturday. And she had a nice situation at her house, nice brunch party. And the conversation shifted, and it shifted what we're going to do after this, because, you know, they wanted to go out. And one of the young ladies said, hey, let's go to the strip club. And me and my partner, we sitting there like, let's go to the strip club? Us? Me and you? What about 15 women? Oh, let's go. Let's fucking go. Until they said what strip club they wanted to go to. And a strip club I know to be quite hood. Strip club I know that the ruffians and drug dealers and the jackboys and the robbers like to frequent once they are done jacking and robbing and stealing and selling dope in the wee hours of the morning. Strip club that every other month is on the news down here in South Florida for somebody getting shot in the fucking parking lot. A strip club that I personally know individuals that have been involved with shootings. They wanted to go to that strip club. And I said, I ain't going. Yes, I would love to go into the strip club with you, 15 beautiful women, and have a time. And I know we would have a time. I would dip into my savings to ensure we had a time. But I am not on the nigga shit. So I understand some of these conservative black conservatives when they say, they're just basically tired of the nigga shit. But all in all, just because we tired of nigga shit doesn't mean that the nigga shit is the reason that the black community is in the situation that it's in. It's a lot of reasons, but the nigga shit only plays a small part of it. The systematic shit that we had to deal with, 250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, 65 years to get voting rights laws in our country. And think about this. The black person in America is dealing with a lot in this Trump administration. And we realize we're dealing with a lot. The brown person is dealing with a lot in this administration. And they realize they're dealing with a lot. I don't think the white woman understands the fight that she is in right now. Keep in mind that DEI initiatives benefited white women way more than it did any other racial group. Think about this. The black man had voting rights before the white woman in America. They had a whole lot of issues with abortions. That was a white woman fight right there to even get access to abortions. Roe v. Wade. So white women in America, you don't realize you in the fight with the rest of us, but your ass better wake up because you're in the fight with the rest of us. And that's why I'm gonna wrap. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna try and put a regular schedule together. I've been really thinking about one day a week doing this and just summarizing a lot of shit and sitting down for a couple hours and doing it. But as I said before, I'm not a content creator. I just create content, and I gotta figure out the best schedule for my life to do this. So, peace. Love you guys. At least I have no glare this time from the damn light, although the left side of me is dark as fuck because this goddamn door is open. Peace.